Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on today's video. Today I am doing a reflection on my Project 333 challenge. So back at the beginning of this year, I began the Project 333 challenge. This is something that was created by Courtney Carver, and basically I had to choose 33 items from my existing wardrobe. So that included clothing, shoes, accessories, including bags and jewelry, and outerwear. And then I wore those 33 pieces for a total of 3 months. So 33 pieces and 3 months, you get the point. And basically the idea with this challenge is to teach ourselves how to live with less and to spark creativity. At least that's something that I really made a goal for this challenge for myself, because I really wanted to work with what I had and discover the different ways that my pieces could be worn, and really minimizing the wardrobe is a great way to do that. So I packed up the rest of my wardrobe, I put it in storage for these past 3 months, and all I had left was those 33 items. In fact, I did not even use every single one of them, I have to be completely honest. And you know, this is a learning process. I did switch out one of the items about halfway through the challenge just because I felt that I wasn't wearing it enough and I would wear another piece even more. So I switched those out, and you know, this is a very flexible challenge, I want to say, because you can tailor it to your preferences and your taste. And Courtney Carver obviously includes this in her rules, which I will link down below for you as well. But today I want to share the things that I learned and discovered through this challenge, because it's a really great thing to be doing, especially if you want to learn how to live with less and how to make your wardrobe go a little bit further. One of the biggest things that I learned throughout this challenge was the importance of quality. When we are re-wearing our items frequently, or more frequently I should say, then the significance of quality definitely increases. When you are wearing something so much, it's obviously being worn down much quicker than if you were wearing it only, you know, once or twice a month. And the idea with a capsule wardrobe is that you are re-wearing your pieces over and over again. So for me, I really realized that the quality of my clothes is super important. And this is something that I had on my little shopping checklist whenever I would be buying new clothes before. Quality is always one of the very first things that I look at. So that means the material, and does it wrinkle easily, or is it going to shrink when I put it in the wash, or does it need to be hand washed? And then that also goes for the fastening of the buttons and the zippers on my pieces as well. So looking at quality has become something that is definitely on the top of my priority list when it comes to finding and wearing clothing. One way that you can also look at this is how long is your clothing going to last. The longer that you think it's going to last, the better return you're going to have on it. So you may have heard of this before, but it's basically called cost per wear. And what this means is you take the price of the clothing, or the piece of clothing that you've purchased, and you divide that by the number of times that you are going to wear the item. Basically, you want to get that cost per wear as low as possible, because that's what's going to give you the biggest return on the money that you spent on that item, and that also means that it's going to last much longer. Another thing that I realized throughout this challenge was what items I don't actually wear a lot and which ones are maybe worth selling or rehoming. So for me, in my collection of 33 items, I included my Christian Dior belt and an NY baseball cap. I thought I was gonna wear the baseball cap, you know, for casual outings and things like that, but over the course of this challenge, I barely ever grabbed for it, and a big reason for that was because I never wanted to get hat head. Obviously, you guys have heard of that, and I think that, you know, without styling my hair all the time, it just got really irritating when I would put a ball cap on and then my hair would just become super flat, maybe a little bit greasy, and I would have to rewash and restyle and all of that. So I definitely realized that I don't wear ball caps. I am not a baseball cap kind of gal. And then the other item that I figured out that I wasn't wearing as much as I thought I would was my Christian Dior belt. And this is an item that I thrifted from Paris, and I got it in a super large size. Obviously it was a thrifted item, so it wasn't my exact size, and to this day I have not had it readjusted to fit me properly. So if I do wear it, I have to readjust it and kind of tighten it throughout the day, which I find really irritating, and it's definitely something that prevents me from grabbing for that item. So either I'm going to sell that, or I'm probably going to get it resized so that I can fit it and wear it properly. So this challenge definitely helped me see, you know, which pieces in my wardrobe, or the 33 item wardrobe, I wasn't using enough. And so that gives me a better idea of what my personal style is and what things I should maybe avoid buying. This challenge has strengthened my love for accessories. So jewelry, handbags, and belts. Maybe not so much belts, but I do like accessorizing with a belt sometimes. But basically it strengthened my love for those things because I realized with such basic pieces in my wardrobe in terms of clothing, there's not a ton that you can do, or that I could do, to really make those outfits stand out and pop the way that I wanted them to sometimes. And so yeah, it just enhanced that love for my accessories. It really made me miss my jewelry. I think that's something that I definitely love layering and just putting a ton of on, because it adds something to the outfit, and I really love those little details. In that, I developed a greater appreciation for them. And along those lines, I really feel that I grew my love for fashion throughout this challenge, and I grew a greater appreciation for my wardrobe that was in storage, because I realized that each of the things that I own do bring me joy. I've gotten to the point where I have a wardrobe that is, you know, decluttered down, it's minimized, and I've only kept the things that really make me happy. So I found myself missing specific pieces that are in my wardrobe. And I think that that's an amazing thing to feel, because now when I bring my wardrobe back and I put it back in my closet, I'm actually going to be grabbing for those pieces that I was missing over the past 3 months. I also developed an appreciation for having less, and I was not feeling like I needed to shop. So, you know, having less in my closet basically just reinforced the idea that less is more every single day. Every time I went into my closet and saw, you know, very plain and minimal clothing racks and drawers, it reminded me that I don't need anything more. And so I thought that was great, because I didn't spend a dime on any brand new clothing, with the exception of my engagement photo shoot. I bought a dress off of Facebook Marketplace secondhand, but even that was a win for me, because I didn't have to go out and buy something brand new, and I was able to make it work with something that was secondhand. I did get the shopping bug maybe once or twice, but when I did get the shopping bug, I just picked up those pieces online and I put them into my Pinterest wish list, and then I never looked at them again. So I never purchased anything that I was really thinking about in the moment. Nothing impulsive happened, and I still have those things on my wish list, but I'm definitely not planning on buying them anytime soon. And I think that this helped me develop a better discipline when it comes to shopping and buying things. Before, I remember I would want something and I would just go and buy it right away. It would be very impulsive. I wouldn't let myself think about that. And I think only over the past 4 to 6 months, I would say, I really started, you know, contemplating on the things that I wanted, and that has really helped me save a lot of money. Another really great thing that happened when I was doing this challenge was that I was able to focus on the important things in my life. So for me, that's basically just family time and time with JR. I love spending quality time with him when he's back home. You guys probably have heard this on other videos, but he does go away out of town for 2 weeks at a time, and he's only ever back in town for about a week. So our time together is precious to me, and without you know, all the stuff in my wardrobe. I wasn't worried about, you know, how I looked all the time. Of course I made myself presentable, but it wasn't something that was on the top of my mind when I was getting ready to go and do something. And when I did go for outings or go on date nights, I wasn't super worried about how I looked, and that enabled me to focus on that quality time and being present. Finally, along those lines, I realized how much of our lives are centered around things, and I have definitely developed a greater appreciation for living in the present moment and being happy with what I have. I no longer feel like I need to be going after the next best thing, or, you know, going out and buying something brand new every single month. It is okay to buy yourself things once in a while, as long as it is, you know, intentional. So you're thinking about your purchasing habits and the effect that your purchase has, and as long as you are considerate about it. So just considering how often you buy new things and stuff like that. But basically, I grew this appreciation for what I already have, and I realized how tiring shopping and always wanting the next best thing feels. So I have finally let go of that and accepted that what I have is good enough and I don't need anything else. So that is what I learned from Project 333. It has been such an eye-opening challenge. I definitely encourage you to try it out for yourself. Even if it isn't for 3 months, you can even try it for 3 weeks, maybe even just a month, and I guarantee you will have some eye-opening moments. It is definitely something that is done in positivity, and nothing bad can come of it. At least I don't think so. So if you did enjoy this video or found it helpful, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below, because I do post every single week. I will be starting to post every Monday and Thursday again very soon, probably mid-April, so stay tuned for that as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.